Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy National Breastfeeding Week. Woo! Yes. Okay, so where do I even start? This video is going to be all about breastfeeding. Yes, all the tea. I'm talking from mastitis to inverted nipples to contractions that you get after you breastfeed for the first couple of days. Everything, okay? So if you would be interested in that, just keep on watching. Let me definitely start by saying I am definitely a preacher of fed is best, but because I breastfed both of my children, I am a breastfeeding, I preach by it, okay? I definitely will sit there and tell you why you should breastfeed. I know before you guys go on my comments that, oh, you know, I don't want nobody to like kill me and be like, oh, like, why would you even say this, because not everybody can breastfeed. I get that. I definitely get that. So definitely do not take this video as an insult to people who didn't breastfeed. Do not, okay? Do not rip me to shreds in the comments, because honestly, I don't care. But not even just that, it's just this is me speaking to moms who have breastfed and speaking to moms who are considering breastfeeding, or moms who need that little bit push, that little bit of motivation to continue breastfeeding. So please don't comment below your, I mean, you can comment your opinion regardless, but just don't take my words as I'm bashing anybody who didn't breastfeed or bashing anyone who didn't continue to try, okay? So just don't do that, okay? I'm just letting that be known. This is encouragement and motivation, not to bash anybody, okay? So it's the first milk-like substance that your breasts actually produce, and it's rich in antibodies. It is so great for your baby, okay? So even if you don't plan on breastfeeding, let them get that. Let them get the first 3 to 4 days of your colostrum. That is so great for your newborn baby. It'll help your baby tremendously with trying to cope with a new world. Like, your baby literally was in your stomach for 9 months, coming out into the world, and boom, germs, everything, especially if you have older siblings, honey, germs, okay? So yes, definitely let your baby get those first 3 to 4 days of the colostrum. And yes, so I said 3 to 4 days, but honestly it just depends on you. Like, I feel like with KJ it was like the first 3 days, but with Daisy, my second child, it was like 2 days, and then my milk was popping, okay? After I gave birth, you know, your body is still trying to like literally go back to normal, okay? But when you breastfeed those first couple of days, it's like you have contractions every time you breastfeed, okay? Every single time you breastfeed, you have contractions, because it's basically your uterus trying to get snapped. But the breastfeeding triggers it, right? I just know every time I breastfed, I would get contractions, and it hurted so badly. It hurted so badly, okay? Those are something serious. Like, if you felt contractions, you know what contractions feel like. It feels just like that. Nothing less, nothing more. It feels like a ooh. And ooh. Let me not curse. It feels like a contraction, okay? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm really not gonna lie. When my first, it almost had me, okay? It almost had me. I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy. Like, every time it was time to start breastfeeding, I would like cringe, and I would be so sad. Like, oh my God, it's time to feed the baby again. Like, I would get so sad, y'all. I would get so sad, because I just knew the pain that I was about to go through, and I was not with it, okay? But I did it. I pushed through. But I definitely think that's something that needs to be talked about, because I didn't know that. I did not know that at all until I experienced it, that you definitely get contractions. Never heard nobody say that before. Next topic that I issued with the first 3 days, first day actually. I had inverted nipples, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically just like inverted nipples, which just means that my nipples didn't like come out and protrude, to where I basically had to use a nipple shield. I want to say the first 2 to 3 weeks. And I know a lot of people talk so badly about nipple shield. They say that it hinders like your milk growth, your milk production. Like, it just stops you from producing a lot of milk because it's like a barrier in between your child and the baby. And you know, a lot of people say that you shouldn't like pump, you shouldn't use nipple shield, you should do none of that within the first month, and actually let your baby contact your nipple, because it just helps produce milk more. Like, that contact helps produce milk more. And I definitely was scared using the nipple shield. Like, I was reading so many horror stories, but I had to. Like, I literally had to. He could not latch for nothing. So the hospital gave me a nipple shield, and basically, if you guys don't know what a nipple shield is, it's just basically like a circular shield that you put on your nipple, and then it has like a little pointy part at the front of it, and it has holes so that it actually acts like a nipple. Like, it acts like, it looks like a nipple, but like that comes out. So you put it against your boob like this, and then you latch the baby on, and the baby is able to like suck the milk, suck through it, and then that's when the milk comes out. So I had to use that for the first couple of weeks with KJ, and that did not mess up my milk supplies. If you guys know me, I breastfed KJ till he was 26 months, so it did not mess up my milk supplies. My milk supplies were still booming, okay? But it definitely helped me with breastfeeding, because without that, I wouldn't have been able to breastfeed. I would not have been able to breastfeed. So that is the second obstacle that I crossed within the first 5 days, okay? Is the contraction and inverted nipples. Hated it, okay? Hated it. I honestly hated using a nipple shield because it just wasn't as easy. It was just giving the baby. Like, you had to go make sure it was clean, definitely sterilize it, and then like feed the baby, and then like it was just a lot. It was just a lot, and it was a lot of mess. It was very messy to me. But it helped me, because after that I was fine breastfed him to 26 months, and I'm fine breastfeeding my second. Like, I didn't have to use a nipple shield with my second, but I feel like I didn't have to use a nipple shield with my second because KJ breastfed for so long, so my nipples were just naturally poked now, okay? Naturally pokers. I got them pokers now. So yeah, those are the 2 obstacles that I crossed within the first 5 days. So honestly, it's literally like that first couple of weeks that it's just painful. Like, even once the contractions go away, because for KJ, the contractions lasted maybe like 5 days every time I breastfed, but like it was dimming out, but like it was still pain. But after that, honestly, it was just like nipple sores, nipple cracks. I preach by like the Laneige, that purple bottle, okay? I'll put it down below for anybody who wants to know. But I use this cream that I just put it on my nipple every time it was like cracking or sore, and it was godsend, okay? It was godsend. So you're definitely gonna have a lot of soreness, a lot of nipple cracks, a lot of pain. Besides down there, you know, your body trying to get back right, besides your stomach trying to get back right, your nipples and your breasts are gonna go through a lot of pain, okay? And if you're anything like me, I have an oversupply. Like, I feel like when I give birth, my milk just comes in way too fast for my little one, way too fast. Like, you know, babies only, like, the first couple of weeks, they really only eat out, like not even, no, the first week or 2, they really only eat like milliliters of milk, not even ounces. So my breast was just coming in like, my milk was just coming in like crazy. So you're definitely gonna have a lot of pain, a lot of soreness, because your boobs are just like huge, gorge, just going crazy, okay? And I feel like that is where a lot of people quit, or they just be like, well, I did it for X amount of time, I'm done. Because it's like, you really have to get over that hump to continue. You really have to get over that hump to know that it's not going to be painful the whole time you breastfeed. It is not, okay? Stacy is 4 months. The pain stops within the first 3 weeks, y'all. The pain really stops in the first 3 weeks. And if it don't, I'm telling you, I can promise you, within the first month, that pain is not going to be there no more. You're going to be breastfeeding without even remembering you're breastfeeding. Like, you don't feel a thing, okay? You don't feel a thing. Like, I really think that people have to just get over that hump for everybody to breastfeed. Really, it's that first hump, okay? Let me not say everybody, because I know everybody can't breastfeed, okay? But the people who can breastfeed and who do have the milk, I really do think that the pain is what stops them at first. Yeah, because it almost had me, okay? It's the pain. But once you get over that hump, you're so good, okay? Like, you're so good. You're golden. Everything is going to be okay. All right, so let's talk about mastitis. Mastitis, I'm gonna give you guys the website definition, okay? Mastitis is an inflammation of breast tissue that sometimes involves an infection. The inflammation results in breast pain, swelling, warmth, and redness. You might also have fever and chills, and mastitis is commonly affects women who are breastfeeding, right? Let's get into this, okay? I've had mastitis maybe 2.5 times, okay? Besides that definition, mastitis is just really when your boobs are too engorged. Like, you skipped a side by accident, you went hours without feeding your baby, or a day without feeding your baby, and your boobs are just super engorged, and there's a milk duct that is blocked. Really, it's just the milk duct that is blocked, so your boob is just sitting there producing mad milk and nothing won't come out. Like, you know how your boobs usually leak if you miss a feeding? It won't come out without like suction because there's a milk duct that is blocked, right? So when I went to the doctor for the first time that I had it, so the first time I had it, what happened? I think that I don't even really remember. Like, I didn't go nowhere. I wasn't away from my baby. I think I just, either he slept a little too long, or like we slept through the night for the first time, and it was like literally the day before. It was the night before my graduation, mind you. Horrible time for me to get it. I had a fever. I was freezing cold, y'all, like freezing cold. The heat was on in the house and I was underneath the covers shivering. I had the chills. My breast, well, one of the breasts that it was actually affecting, it was red, it was swollen, it was big as hell. It was crazy, and it was hot to touch. All I did basically was get a washcloth, fill it up with really hot water, and I put it on my breast, and I just let it sit there, and then I massaged my boob. I just let the milk just flow out, and then my husband, he just helps me like massage it, and like, because you really gotta like unclog the duct, so like you just getting in there, okay? You're just getting in there any type of way, and the warmthness helps. Like, you can either get in the shower, let it hit you, and just go to town. I even heard people use like, you know, your big tooth combs that you like to tangle your hair with. You could use that and just like go to work, okay? You just gotta go to work. I did not even want to go to my graduation the next day. Like, I was just in so much pain. It was horrible. And then after my graduation, I went to the doctor, and she basically diagnosed me with it, but was just like, you know, you gotta take antibiotics because it is believed to be an infection. I roll my eyes, and I'm not knocking any doctor, and I'm not knocking anything, but y'all, I did not take those antibiotics. I hate antibiotics. Yo, have I been saying antibiotics the whole time? Have I been saying antibiotics the whole time? Because if I have, I am embarrassed. I am embarrassed. Antibiotics, okay? She gave me antibiotics to take, and I hate taking antibiotics. I've only taken antibiotics maybe twice in my life, and well, twice in my life as an older adult. As an older adult, as an older teen that I can remember, and both times I've taken it, it gave me a yeast infection. Like, I literally hate taking antibiotics, and if you guys know, antibiotics definitely cause yeast infections. If you didn't know because you've never experienced that, then I'm so happy for you. But I didn't see that I needed it, because at that point that I went to the doctor, most of the symptoms was gone. Like, my boob was a little sore. Like, it'll still be sore when you're when you're feeding, your boob will still be sore. But y'all, I've been through birth, okay? Like, I've been through so much. I don't know if you can hear them in there, but I've been through so much that I'm like, I'm gonna troop through this pain, honey. I'm gonna troop through this pain. So I didn't take the antibiotics. I did not take them, and I was fine third day. Like, I was completely fine. By the third or fourth day, I didn't have any pain. I was fine. But I did not take the antibiotics because I just don't believe in antibiotics for me personally. Not that I don't believe in them. They definitely work. It's not that I don't believe in them. I just don't like the side effects that my body gets with them. So definitely didn't use that. So that's why I say, they say it's an infection, but it's really just a clogged milk duct. And yes, it can lead into an infection, but I have never had it to where it's an infection, so I have never taken it. That was the first time. The second time I got it, y'all can't even remember all the details from the second time, but I definitely got it again. Didn't even go to the doctor this time, and I just let it rock. I just pumped, did my little remedies, and it was fine. Like, literally, you're just massaging your boob to just like unclog the duct, and it'll be fine. Yes, but no one has ever told me about that, and any mom that I've known that has breastfed never went through that. So I was like the first of my friends who have ever dealt with that, and I was just like, what? Like, that's crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, just my luck. But and with my daughter, I did experience a little bit of those symptoms the second week of her being born, because again, my milk is just an overachiever, and my milk was just coming in heavy and hot, and she wasn't eating that much. She was a little itty bitty. She was 5 pounds and 15 ounces. She's still very on the petite side. Like, she just didn't need that much milk, so she was not eating that much milk, and my boob was just like, hold up, wait a minute, it's a chopper. Okay, yo, I'm a TikTok head, okay? I'll be on TikTok all day, so I just be walking around singing random stuff from TikTok, y'all. If you know that song from TikTok, comment down below. It's a chopper. It's a chopper. Hold up, wait a minute, it's a 22. But yeah, so mastitis, y'all, mastitis. Let's talk about breastfeeding being used as a natural contraceptive. Yeah, I use breastfeeding as a birth control. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Before y'all comment down below like, oh, the doctor and the studies show you can't use breastfeeding as a birth control, it is not effective, or I got pregnant while breastfeeding. I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm just telling you what me and the people that I know have gone through. So the only way that you can use breastfeeding as a natural contraceptive, as a birth control, is if you feed on demand, you're always with your baby, you rarely pump, and you don't miss meals, honey, okay? And when I mean meals, like, you don't miss feedings for the baby, all right? I literally was I breastfed. I breastfed consistently for 26 months, y'all. I was with him all the time, okay? I was with him all the time. I was feeding on demand. I didn't miss any feeding, and if I did have to miss a one-on-one feeding, I was pumping. I was always producing milk. I've definitely seen people agree with this. Like, if you're breastfeeding, it is one of those things where you just won't get pregnant, because for one, I didn't get my period the whole time that I breastfed, because I always breastfed on cue, and I never missed a meal. I never got my period until literally once I stopped breastfeeding. A month later, no, 3 weeks later, I got my period, and right after that, I got pregnant, and I got pregnant with Daisy. Definitely use it as a natural birth control. It works. It works for me. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because even with KJ, I wanted another kid back to back. Like, I just want my kids. I mean, 3 years isn't bad. 3 years isn't bad, but I didn't want a 3-year gap. Like, I wanted honestly, I want Irish twins. Like, I want to be the mom who gets pregnant 6 weeks later, well, 6 weeks later has a baby. I wish. 9 months later has a baby, 6 weeks later pregnant again. Like, I want 2 kids that are only 9 and 10 months apart. Don't ask me why. I know I might sound crazy. I wanted twins. So if I can't have twins, the next best thing is Irish twins. And I can't have that because I breastfeed and my body won't let me get pregnant while I'm breastfeeding. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like I told Casey, I was just like, I might only breastfeed for 6 months because I really want to have a baby. But then that's so selfish. That's so selfish of me because I really want to give Daisy the same energy that I gave KJ. So I guess all my kids are going to be 3 years apart because, yeah. Oh, but let me even add this. Another reason why I feel like I just didn't get pregnant. My son, he had like a textural problem. So he really did not like food. Like, he did not like food that felt funny. Like, if it wasn't starch, like pasta, rice, even bread, he really didn't like. Like, he just didn't like the squishy texture of bread. Like, he really didn't. Okay, KJ was literally 100% breastfed, no food, until 12 months. 12 months, no food, y'all. I'm talking, he might lick a lollipop, he might nibble on a chip, he might eat some rice, but like, he wasn't eating full meals. Like, he was literally on breast milk for 12 months. And that's why when people be like, oh, breast milk is not enough, put some cereal in that bottle. That is not actual factuals. KJ was full breast milk until he was 12 months. And y'all don't know, my son was the chubbiest, the little squishiest baby ever. Like, he was not missing meals, okay? He looked like he was not missing meals. Meanwhile, all he was produced with is breast milk. Like, he literally was a milky baby until 12 months. Nothing. I'm talking no meals, like no full-blown plates of food. And he was gaining weight properly. His height was properly, like, he was hitting all his milestones. He just wasn't eating food. And that's why I'm a big believer in breastfeeding your child, because they don't need that other stuff. People be so ready to feed them at 4 months. Now when KJ, everybody was like 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. Now I see everybody talk about 4 months you can start feeding your baby, 4 months this, 4 months that. But they have the rest of their life, the rest of their life to eat food, the rest of their life to try new things. But for the first 6 months, guys, can we just feed them milk, breast milk, formula, just for the first 6 months? Just let their body grow on something gentle. People be wondering why kids be having so many like digestive problems. Let their body just get used to the real world before we're just throwing food, cereal, oatmeal their way. Like, let their stomach grow first, okay? Let their stomach grow. So I feel like that's another reason why I didn't get my period and I didn't get pregnant with KJ so fast, because he literally was always drinking milk, always stimulating my milk supply. Those are like the 4 things that I feel like no one told me going into it. No one told me about the pain. No one told me about none of that. But I pushed through, and I'm a milky mama, okay? Yes, I am 4 months into feeding Daisy, and she is still going strong. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys because I wish that there was a video like this for me when I was going into breastfeeding. I definitely think that if you are a mama and you are interested in breastfeeding, definitely give it a try. Definitely try it. At least try it. And if you definitely are breastfeeding right now but you're contemplating because it's just so painful and definitely push through, mama. You got it. We are made to do this, okay? We are definitely made to do this. And if you are a mama that maybe thought this video was gonna have like a little advice on milk supply, I definitely can make another video like that. If you're interested in that, definitely comment below. But one of the main key things that I'm going to tell you guys when it comes to producing milk: drink lots of water and don't skip meals for yourself. Like, you literally, your baby is literally sucking you dry, okay? So you have to replenish your body constantly. You have to drink lots of water. You have to eat every meal and snacks in between. Like, you need to flourish your body so that you can flourish your body. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Happy National Breastfeeding Week. And I hope all my milky mamas and all my future milky mamas enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe, give this a thumbs up, and hit that bell notification so you know whenever I post new videos. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.